Hello, I'm your host Shereen and you are watching The Shereen Fuller Show. For today's topic, we'll be discussing domestic violence, and we're going to be talking to people who had this experience at first hand.
I'm Devorah Wooden, and today I'm going to tell my story. I have never been abused, but the remnants of abuse do linger. I grew up very modest in Marcy housing projects with my mom and my sister. She was an amazing mom. She met a guy, and that's when things changed. How I realized she initially was being abused was the thumping on the walls. The abuse lasted a couple of years. They were both on drugs, which I think contributed to, the back and forthness. We didn't so much see the abuse, which was good. You more like heard it. Because I was a nosy child, I was always, somewhere where I wasn't supposed to be. I'm not sure how she met him, but, I have a little sister out of it, so that's great. She went to rehab, and that took many months. I think the effects of watching or hearing your mother or father being or giving the abuse, it makes you want to be settled and want to protect. So then the fear turns into anger, which makes you really want to live a peaceful life. I mean, me personally, I didn't blame anybody. You don't really know what's going on as a child. I just know I wanted to stop, okay? But other than that, I just kind of watched and hoped that she would be okay. Of course, as you get older, you kind of start being more forceful. I guess because she's my mom and her love is my love,
Tell me a little bit about your organization.
So we are Milagros Day Worldwide. We're a 501c3 nonprofit that provides leadership, coaching, and training to survivors of domestic violence. And our tagline is turning abuse into success. And the reason for that is that just because you live through something, it doesn't mean that that's your identity. That's just something that happened to you, and it's just part of your journey and your evolution to make you stronger and to make you the person that you are today, and to grow into the leader that you were meant to be on this planet. And that's where we make that connection, so that we eliminate the shame and the story behind it and just get to the purpose.
A domestic dispute turns deadly, and now authorities need your help to find the killer. A nationwide alert has been issued for this man, Ishmael Perez Barraza. Phoenix police say he shot his wife to death, then fled in a green Nissan Titan. ABC 15's Lauren Vargas joins us and met the victims' families today.
Sandra Perez's family just can't believe she's gone. They just saw her in church yesterday, then hours later got the call that she had been killed. Family members say Sandra showed several signs of abuse, including bruises all over her body. They pleaded with her to get help, but she always refused.
I mean, at the time when I was seeking help, it made it very uncomfortable. It's like a stigma behind women actually talking about what they experience. They make it seem like you're a victim somehow. You're a victim looking for pity or whatever.
Yeah.
When you're actually just looking for help,
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be about that, Silence is really like the problem here.
Yeah.
The
definitely.
silence really is the problem behind
No
abuse.
communication.
Yeah. Isolation, and it just continues. I guess out of tradition, people tend to hold things inside, and of course you're attached to shame.
Of course.
And you don't want to talk about it, but those who do want to talk about it and stand up, I think, people should be less judgmental, about it and give a hand.
Your face expressions and them bruises, babe, tell it all. Behind closed doors, you go through it all. He lying, cheating, put his hands on you too. Any nigga put his hands on a woman don't deserve you. On the good days, he always tryna put you down. Whenever you stand up for yourself, he always knock you down. Every night I hear y'all arguments through my wall. A few times I hear him slam you up against the wall. You so beautiful and independent, I understand why. Why you don't pack or take the kids and just leave the house. You still love them and I see it in your eyes. But deep down inside you're unhappy. Love is blind. Whenever you see me smiling from ear to ear, I'll be there for you on your rainy days to wipe your tears. Call me when he's gone, I'm there no matter what. Call me, I'm there no matter what.
The way that you're looking at me, even though you're what you meant. Girl, you're staring at me, I can tell. It's okay.
Hey everybody, listen up.
Listen up, guys.
Hey guys, listen up. No one should ever hit a woman.
He took me into the living room and shot me in the face at point blank range.
No woman should have to fear violence.
I was a prisoner in my own home.
Especially not from someone they know and trust.
And he would always say he was sorry and that he loved me.
But that's the reality for too many women.
We have to change it.
It's up to each of us, because even one is too many.
Violence against women hurts all of us.
The worst abuse of power is when a man raises his hand to hurt a woman. We all have to take responsibility. So if you see someone threatening a woman, step up, speak out, and get help.
Dating violence hurts all of us. So step up and help end it. Because one is too many.
One is too many.
One is too many.
One is too many.
End the violence. Because it's wrong.
Because one is too many.
And that's another thing too, it's all about breaking that cycle. I think they get so used to you going back, and they're like, well, I'm not gonna like arrest this guy if you're gonna like go back with him tomorrow. So I feel like that's where it's like they've seen it's a pattern of them seeing so many of that same situation that they're like, this is just another joint, another situation. She's just gonna go back with him. Yeah, she got a broken nose, she got black eyes, she got this, she got that. Yeah. Her ribs are pulverized, but she's gonna go back with him. It's all about like, and then it's also, cops are also assigned to the same area usually. They're like area, so it's like they know if something is quite often, like if there's constantly abuse in the home, they already know, you guys have been doing this for 2 years. They don't take it serious. They don't take you serious.
They think we don't take ourselves serious.
They think you don't take yourself serious. So why am I gonna give you advice and tell you, hey, get out of this? I've seen people lose their lives over. I've seen people get hurt really bad. Yeah. Get out of it. I mean, they're not gonna do that because they've seen it all before.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like it gets to the point. Like, do you blame them?
I mean, now that you said that,
you see what I'm saying? Like, because there's so many different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just look at one way when someone, have lost their life over it. They're like, oh, well, but then you'll get the neighbors that say, well, she should have been got out of that situation. And then you hear some neighbors saying she tried to, and maybe that's what led to, her getting hurt or this, that, and the third. I mean, people get their kids taken away over this stuff.
Yeah,
that's the worst part about it, too. If it's not someone's life getting lost, it's the kids being taken away.
I haven't seen my son in a year. They stole my son August 12, 2012. August 15, 2012. I seen my son passing in the street. He said, Mommy, I dreamt about you. He said, I dreamt about you. He said, they told me you was dead. This was on Father's Day. He said, Mommy. He ran to my car. He said, I dreamt about you. They told me you was dead. They told me you was dead. And then when his father came and he was like, you don't want us anymore. You don't want us anymore. He went to grab my son. My son started 5 years old. He started biting him, scratching him, kicking and punching him. I want my mother. I want my mother.
Don't stop fighting.
I'm not because I know God loved me. And he didn't put me in this situation or hurt me. He put me in this situation. I have women calling me from organizations like Voices of Women. I never even heard of them before. But they're reaching out to me, asking me for help, how they can get their children back, what can they do, you know?
It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and advocates say one of the best forms of prevention is to let victims know they are not alone. ABC 15's Nohelani Graf is live, going in depth tonight at the scene of last night's shooting. And Nohe, you spoke to a woman who could have easily, I understand, been in the very same situation.
Absolutely. Tonight at the Perez Barraza home, all of the crime tape is gone. It looks like any other on the block. That is what you will find with most domestic violence victims. But the woman I met today says there are always warning signs. You just need someone strong enough to reach out.
The problem is keeping it quiet.
Yeah, and everybody knows. A lot of people reached out to me after the fact, and they said they heard the abuse happening in the house and nothing ever happened.
But nobody did nothing about it.
Yeah.
I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
I sympathize with you. Definitely. And I thank you for even telling. It was so hard for me to get one person to interview. That's to tell you how much women are not willing to speak about it.
No. Plus, we have court cases. It's an extension of. The abuse does not end when you leave. It's an extension. It follows on. It's court. It's using your children to hurt you somehow. You know, it's always something, an extension. So it's a sensitive topic. Nobody wants to show their face, you know, out of fear of those things, you know, court or using this could be used against me somehow in the back of my mind. But, you know, it's the truth, and I believe that.
And you want everybody to know the truth.
Yes.
And they're finally gonna know.
Thank you.
Nowhere in the corridors of pale green and gray, nowhere in the suburbs in the cold light of day, there in the midst of it, so alive and alone, words support like bone, dreaming of Mercy Street, where you're inside out, dreaming of mercy.
But seek help as soon as you can, and seek asylum. Wherever you can hide, you hide. Like I was saying to you, that I attracted a person just recently. It wasn't that long ago, about 2 years ago. And he was a very abusive man. I thought I could fix him. He was in steroids. He had this steroid rage. But I had grown from that, and I had said, you know what? I'm going back to when I was a kid. And I remember the day that he wanted to come to my house because he was like jealous and make up stuff. And I was like, I'm not home. Believe it or not, I ran all the way to Atlantic City just to get away. And he realized he couldn't come to my house no more. He just basically realized I have to get out of this woman's life, because I said to him, you come near me, I am going to get you arrested. Don't think that you can just keep doing what you've been doing, because I'm not going back to that life. So get out as soon as you can, find asylum, and seek help.
Safe Horizon help a lot of women, including myself. You should definitely go there. Google it, it's everywhere, it's worldwide. It helps a lot of women.
Rapper 50 Cent is reacting publicly for the first time since he was charged with assaulting his girlfriend at her Toluca Lake home. KCAL9's Rachel Kim is live now with more on the allegations against the rapper and his response. Rachel?
Well, Rick, the alleged victim says the argument with 50 Cent got so heated, he kicked her, broke furniture, and ransacked her closet. The 37-year-old rapper is facing 1 count of domestic violence and 4 counts of vandalism, but tonight he is publicly responding to the allegations.